Now the last part of our chapter, that is the flower. Okay, we are going to talk about the flower, which is the most beautiful and colorful part of a plant, and it is the main reason behind the reproduction or the outgrowth of different plants that we have around us. So we are going to talk about this in this particular part of our chapter. Now here in the diagram you can see a flower is being shown, and we can see the parts of flower. Okay, now first we are going to talk about the main parts of the plant. We'll start it from the basal part of it. So the first part is peduncle, or it's also known as pedicel. Okay, it's a part which holds the flower on the stem. Okay, it's a attachment between the flower and the stem. It is also known as peduncle or pedicel. Then we have receptacle, which grows or which holds the bud when it is in a bud stage. Okay, holds the flower when it is in a bud stage. It protects it inside that. Then we have sepals, which is greenish in color, and again it helps with the same function, that it holds the bud in a younger stage very well and carries it, holds it in a proper manner when it is at the younger stage. Then we have ovule and ovary, which together is being formed in, is known as pistil, which is a female reproductive part of a plant. Okay, stigma, style and ovary together makes up pistil. Okay, which is also known as carpel. Ovary and ovule, when it comes together, it's known as carpel. So all these are the female reproductive part of a plant, of a flower, sorry. And we have a male reproductive part of a flower, that is stamen, which has been divided into anther and filament. Okay, now I'll just give you a brief description of different parts of the flower. So first we are going to talk about sepals, which is already you can see in the diagram. It is a green leaf like structure, and which is the outermost whorl of the flower, means outermost part of the flower, which holds the flower and protects the bud. When a flower is in a bud stage, that is being protected with the help of sepals. Then we have the next part, which is petal. Petal is generally large and bright colored part of the flower, and which gives out a good fragrance, due to which the insects attract towards it. For pollination, even for making honey, the honeybees get attracted towards the flower. Then the next part is stamen. As I've already told you, it is the male reproductive part of a flower, and this stamen is divided into anther and filament. Okay, then we have carpel, which is a female reproductive part of a flower, and this carpel is again it's been divided into a swollen part at the base of the flower, you can see, which been divided into ovary, and a long stalk like structure which is known as style, and a small expanded part of the style which is called as stigma, which is present at the top surface of the carpel. Okay, so it's been divided into stigma, style and ovary. So commonly it's together, it's known as pistil. It is a female part of a flower. All of you have understood this? Then what are the functions of flower? A flower is the reproductive part in a plant. It has bright colored petals which attract insects for pollination, and after being pollinated, the flower produces seeds. Now, pollination and fertilization, this is a process which is being carried out by the flowers, which we are going to talk in detail. Now, here I have just shown you the diagram, and this is how I will explain you how pollination and fertilization takes place. So, in the first diagram which you can see, there are two flowers of the same kind, and you can see in the first part of plant, as we have seen, anther and filament. First flower shows you the anther and filament of a plant, that is the stamen, which is a male reproductive part of a plant. A insect sits on the anther, and whatever pollen grains are present inside it, that get stick to the legs of the insect, which is being carried to the next flower of the same plant or of a different plant, and which sticks on the upper part of the female part of the flower, that is known as stigma. Now the stigma is sticky, which attracts the pollen grains which is present on the insect's leg, and this is how the pollen grain sticks on the stigma of the flower and passes through there inside the ovary. Okay, so this is how pollination is being done. So the first step is done of carrying the pollen grains from anther to the stigma of the same flower or the other flower. After this pollination is being done, fertilization takes place. Now here in the second diagram you can see when the pollen grains falls on the stigma, there is a pollen tube being generated from the top portion which grows towards the ovary. Now this pollen grain transfers from the stigma to the ovary. Here the sperm cells which are present, or the male cells which are present in the plant pollen grain, fuses with the female cell or the egg cell, and there a nucleus is being formed, and this is how fertilization takes place and the seeds grow inside the ovary. Okay, so this is how new seeds are grown in the ovary and it becomes into a whole fruit after it's been matured. Okay, after the fruit has been matured, the petals wither away, they fall away, and thus a flower change into a fruit and the fruit bears the seed. So this is how the embryo which is present inside the seed, it provides with the food which is needed for its growth. In its growing stage, all the food is being supplied by the embryo to the fruit, and then this embryo is again divided into radicle and plumule and a new plant comes out of it. So this is how in this chapter we have seen that the radicle gives rise to the root system of a plant and plumule gives rise to the shoot system of a plant. I hope this chapter is very well understood by all of you. So we'll again meet in our next chapter. Okay, bye. Thank you.